keep the door closed, and y'all keep it closed. Yep.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Coach Jones Show. It's Irwin County Week, and we have a pretty good bit to talk about from last week. Swamp War last week, all the pageantry and everything that goes on around that. Had a Champions Night, Return of the Champions came up. Talk about all that pregame stuff that went on with the champions and everything. I know you had a special arrangement over here around the field house and all for the champions.
Yeah, first and foremost, to our quarterback club and, Miss Kimberly Johnson and just so many other folks that helped put that thing together was really special for me, because as much as I as a head coach and everybody in the program that wasn't directly tied to those championship teams, I am just so appreciative just to have the opportunity to have just shared just the few moments Thursday night and Friday with everyone. And so, Coach Mack came and spoke to the team at pregame, and then we had a bunch of the former players in here before the game. And I think it really just fed the energy. And I remember Coach Mack telling the guys, a little bit about his time here, but more so focused on, he had watched some film of us and watched some film of Clinch, and, he just gave our boys some confidence. And, I at least out of his message took and felt all of the sacrifice and everything that this just means to be a head coach and to be, a leader of a, proud program. This house was built on the shoulders of Coach Mack. Charlton County football is what it is because of, the tireless dedication of him and all of his staff through all of the years, and, all the numerous players that came through that just held the standard of what it meant to expect to win anytime that you attack something. And one of the things that I loved was, Coach emphasized that meant on the field, in the classroom, and at home in the community. And so, just fortunate for me, and I know our kids appreciated it, especially Thursday. Everything was really, really first class.
I know you've spoken about Coach Mack and how you two have communicated off and on over the years since you've been here. Talk about that camaraderie between you and Coach.
Yeah, Coach sends me a text every game day. Periodically through the offseason he sends a text, but he was at the U-League game earlier this year, and he's told me, he understands. He just, not to go into all the specifics of what he said to me. Coach has just, been a guiding light, and he's been here through ups and downs in the program, and he's very candid with questions that I had, and is always a resource for me. Always wants to be helped because be of assistance for me and through the program, because our success is his success. I don't care who the coach is, who the players are. Any bit of success is tied back to their time, and so it's really appreciative of that.
I know we had a Coach Mack, and you'll. I need to take a break, Coach?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, we had Coach Mack and Lemuel Walker up in the booth with us for most of the first half Friday night, and it was a lot of fun having them up there with the Champions Night and all that going on.
Yeah, you're talking about two of the Charlton County greats, and again, wish. So heartbroken, after the game for a ton of reasons. One, our kids needed that success, but I think we found out a lot about ourselves. I think people are, super supportive of our group, but more importantly, for me as a head coach, knowing the message that I'm instilling in our young man, I want so bad for this program, to be proud and to be up amongst the best each and every year, and it's just a steady process, and we're going to take another step to that on Friday night, because for us, Friday is getting in the playoffs. Friday improves our chances, of getting in the playoffs exponentially.
It felt like a playoff.
It did, and we've been in so many of those, and so, the only way they pay off is if you win at the end of them. But I think our kids' head is on, and I think we've got their attention enough to where they're learning. I've been in such deep devotion this season about the fighting that feeling, that worldly feeling of instant gratification, because things being built on substance and foundation, and through this adversity, what is the lesson learned? And so again, we've played in some big ones this year, with the exception of the Toombs game. When we were outmatched, outclassed, and just in so many different areas, we've been right there in these games, and so just got to find a way to finish them. We're frustrated, when we don't win. It's not like we don't care, but the world's ever evolving. The next second, the next minute, the next hour, the next day is coming, and what are you going to do to not let that mistake beat you, and to improve from it? And so just looking to reap the benefit, and what a great opportunity we have on Friday.
I know when the game opened up Friday night, that first drive, if you don't mind, take us through that first drive, because I really thought that was probably one of the best call playing first drives we've had this year. I mean, it was such a mix. Pass and run, everything was positive about that drive.
Well, on both sides, we deferred to the second half, and we went out on defense first, because I wanted for us to, really as coaches, to get a snapshot of kind of what their game plan was. And I thought our kids got a lot of confidence because we made them punt the ball. I think first couple of possessions we made them punt, and that really gave us some confidence. And then you're right, early in the game, I thought Coach Johnson and the kids executed to a high level, to have gone kind of right down the field methodically. And again, all that stuff gives you confidence. Now, where do we go from here with that in terms of games? One of the things we're challenging, all of us are challenging ourselves to do, is to finish drives and not have simple-minded mistakes that cause you to go backwards or to stall a drive, and to finish quarters and then finish the half, and then you do all those little things collectively. I think that first drive was indicative of, here's a play, here's us executing, and then kind of working our way down the field, and it was really fun to watch.
That first drive, you hear a lot in the higher levels in college and pro about scripted drives. That first drive, with y'all, was that a scripted drive, or was it more about situational? Each situation popped up as you're driving down the field. I
think it's more of coach having a feel for the game. Okay. Obviously we script plays throughout the week, offensively and defensively. But I think that's more of just a feel of, where we're expecting them to be, we've got a good look, or, because I can hear it over my head. Some people get frustrated sometimes and you got to burn a timeout, but we are literally trying to get ourselves positioned to the right look, to the right call. And, when we're taking one, we feel like that's a really critical thing. I know for the second half of the game, we want to try to save those timeouts in case we had to go back and forth and it came down to a situation where we maybe needed it on offense, or we had to get some stops. But, I think that's mostly, not mostly, it's all of coach kind of feeling the game, and are they where we at least think we want them to be successful on this play at least.
I know at the half, going into the half, it was like 2:52 left. We were up 13-7. Clinch got that late score in the second quarter to take that lead to halftime, 14-13, but still an extremely tight football game.
Yeah, to say this, the nice way I came in and told our kids, they went over the sideline and they challenged themselves physically to say, this is how we're going to get back in it. I only shudder to think if we had been able to just get off the field there and get into halftime up a score, what kind of ball game it is from there. But hats off to them. They are, 1 or 2 in certain polls for a reason. They've got a lot of skilled players, and I always say this in rivalry games. In rivalry games, there is no clear-cut favorite. I don't care how good one team is versus the other. When folks know each other and they're going to go head-to-head, it's going to be a fight. So I expected. I know I had a lot of people after the game, keep your head up. Coach Clinch is tough, and Coach, we fought, man. I was, a lot of people were surprised. I was not surprised in the fact that I knew our kids would play hard, but it's certain things early in the game that you want them to do to give themselves confidence, because all players need that. And so for it to be such a back and forth game, and it to kind of, start to kind of get away late in the fourth quarter, there's really no moral victories, but when you go back and look at it, it really does. It's a heartbreaker to know that, and you just couldn't finish it.
I know in the second half they really didn't, in my mind, pull away from us. We stayed within 8 to 14 of them.
Yeah.
The whole second half. So, I mean, it was just a matter of a break here or there. Could have changed the whole complexion of that game.
Yeah, you go back and look at, plays that I feel like we gift them. We try not to gift people anything because, folks that we're playing that we feel like are talented enough, they'll make their own plays. But, it's one that I the only way that I can describe it is just a heartbreaker to know that we are, kind of right there on the brink of, being able to go back and forth with some things. And, we get down, I think, a couple scores, and then AJ hits a long throw to Brandon, the last one, and then we score, and then all of a sudden we're back in it. Then we get the onside kick, and we're one score down, and we don't get it, and then they take it down and score it again. So, for me, the week prior, having played Irwin, the team we're playing this week, clinched through for a school record, threw for close to 400 yards the week before. Mm-hmm. And so, we knew they could air it out. We knew they could run it. And so, here we are thinking, we've got this super dangerous team coming in with great athletes, and they've got a way to, because one thing they had shown before the game is they have a plan for how to get the ball in each and every one of their athletes' hands. It wasn't like, and no disrespect, because mostly all of their state championships were won in the single wing. Yeah. And just about all their athletes knew how to get back there and tote the rock. But they've done a really good job. Coach Weatherington, the offensive coordinator, has done a really good job of, implementing the spread. It kind of did some last year, and then, to be honest, this year it's kind of been, it's kind of fully in, and they've got a guy back there that can really do it. So they threw way less than what I thought that they would throw, and we didn't give up that many passing yards. But then, here we are, not being able to get stops when we need to on the ground. So it's just something, Adam, man, you keep working at, you keep plugging away, and then it becomes the standard around here. And I am telling you, I always go back to this old analogy when I first got to be a head coach. I was shared this quote by Bobby Bowden that said that, you learn to lose big, you lose small, and you win small, and then you win big. And so this was a game last year that although the score looked like it was close, I felt like we got dominated in last year. And we kind of right there at the end kind of folded it in, and that wasn't what I had heard of Charlton County being, that I had witnessed myself and being at an opposing school in the region. And so this year's just had a different three out of our 4 losses. It's been us fighting literally to the end until there's no time left. And so am I proud of the kids for that? Yes. Are we, terribly sorry and just feeling a certain kind of way because we don't win the game? Of course. But Friday was just a heartbreaker because I know what a win over the, number 1, number 2 ranked team would have done for us and our confidence. And so it's one we learn from. Again,
I know better. What I'm excited about is like what I believe you said a little bit earlier was that the best football is yet to come.
Yeah.
And with only 3 games left in 3 games left in regular season. I can't believe how fast the season has come by. Just 3 games left. Can you believe that?
It's hard to, but it's here. Yeah.
It's going fast for the fans. I'm sure you have a few headaches, but it's going fast for us fans.
Well, when you start stacking them up week to week, you don't really know what week it is. And I think it was Coach Johnson I was talking to had to remind me, Coach, this is game 8. I was thinking this is game 7, but no, this is game 8. So, it's here. It's not going to stop.
All right. Well, the final was 42-27. Probably the toughest opponent Clinch has seen this year has been your Indians.
Yeah.
I would think. I know they probably felt like they escaped this past Friday night.
Yeah, it's one of those moral victory things that the best way for me to describe this game was heartbroken. I really felt early in the game like, wow, this thing's getting ready to unfold a certain kind of way. And in those games, I always say this to our kid, in big games, the margin for error is this small, that thin. And so, but it's a learning experience, and it's one that I'm happy that we didn't give up on, that you could see where we learned from it. And I think late in the game, the moment I remember the most is one I just referenced. Our kids could have felt like, dang, we gave this one away, or, hey, we've lost this one. And then we go hit the long touchdown pass, and then we kick their onside kick and we get it back, and now we're one possession down, and it's like, come on, let's rally the troops and do it again. And so those are the moments that I think make a difference, especially in the playoffs, because in the playoffs, unlike a regular season game, you know, you've got to condition yourself to not just play 48 minutes. You got to play as long as it's going to take, because, you know, how many times have you seen folks in the playoffs be up and kind of put it in coast, put it in neutral, and the other team's still plugging away, and then they end up losing. And I think it's happened so many times in sports in general, football, basketball, anything where it's been competitive. And so we've learned that skill at least. And you know, for anybody that's, you know, why is that important? Why, you know, there's a process to winning, and I want us to learn how to win consistently. Because, you know, one thing that I taught with Coach Mack, that's you can have talented kids, you can have talented players, or you can have a team that just works really hard. But if they don't know how to win, if they don't expect to win, if they don't know that when they're up on that roller coaster going up and down, that at the end that a roller coaster needs to end up, then, you know, you're not going to win consistently. So are we happy with where we are? Absolutely not. But am I proud that I can see growth in what we're doing and our kids kind of are on the same page? I am. I'm extremely happy.
All right, Coach, I know you've got we're celebrating the seniors tonight.
Yeah,
Got a
seniors
full
and
house
some other guys. We can take a break
We'll take a break and we'll bring these guys in.
Yep.
All right. And then after that, after the seniors, we'll talk a little bit about Irwin and close it out.
Yes, sir.
All right. Senior night coming up right here on the Coach Jones Show. We'll be right back.
Theodore Bennett.
So, tell us, how long have you known?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then why don't you explain this, Mark? Found this in your house.
You ignored it, didn't you? I thought I had more time.
Really, Mark? Does this look like you had more time? You know what you should have done, right?
I should have called True Force.
Well, now you can't.
Ignoring the signs won't make the problem go away. Call True Force Roofing today.
In your time of need, give Rob Robertson a call at 912-496-7388. Shepherd Robertson Funeral Home says go Indians.
AGM Packaging Corporation is one of America's leading manufacturers of sustainably sourced and produced disposable paper products, including paper plates, cups, bowls, and bags. AGM is a family-owned business that was founded in 1957, and our family values are still present today across all locations. We are currently growing and have several career opportunities that offer competitive compensation, advancement opportunities, and employer-paid benefits. Please apply at agmpack.com/careers or come to our facility at 569 Bowery Lane in Folkestone to fill out an application today. We look forward to meeting and greeting you at our facility.
ESP Specialist in Fabrication is located at 169 Little Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Charlton Electric, serving Charlton and surrounding counties with over 20 years experience in both commercial and residential services. Our electricians can meet your needs. We offer installation on whole house generators, service upgrades for mobile home services, troubleshooting, ceiling fan and light fixtures, and much more. Call us today for an estimate, 912-496-4528. Celebrate 80 years with Folkestone Furniture. Join us as we mark 80. All right, welcome back to the Coach Jones Show. I'm Adam Bell, along with Indians football head coach, Coach Jones. It's senior night here in the swamp at Champ Bailey. Coach, you got your seniors with you tonight.
God, who do I have here? I've got Jason Wilcox and Christian Brown. Hello.
How you doing, Coach?
Christian, so you want to talk right there. Go ahead, Christian. You make your debut.
Take that out of the handle if you have to.
There we go, Christian. Let's do that, buddy.
There you go.
There you go. You won't do that anyway. There you go. How are we doing?
I'm doing good.
Jason, how are you?
I'm doing good.
All right, it's senior night. Did you ever think that this day would come?
No, sir. It just came fast.
It did. What about you?
I didn't expect it to come as fast as it did.
How many over the years from when did you start playing football?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year? Okay, when did you start first playing football?
I was 7.
Okay, in that time, how many rides have you ever gotten to a practice? Guess.
112.
112. Okay.
Probably about 100.
So if you've been playing football since sophomore year and you've been playing since 7 and you only have 20 more rides than him, did you go to all the practices? You've been 100-something a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, dodged the bullet there. All right. So talk to us about what during your time here, what has Indian football meant to you, Jason?
Definitely a big family along each other or with each other and always have each other's backs.
Okay. Top 3 favorite teammates. Now come to you.
Top 3.
Hold on, let him answer. Then I got
Top 3 favorite. Butter. He's pretty funny. A little bit weird sometimes, but it's all right.
All right. I can agree with that. Touche.
Joseph. He's just Joseph.
Okay.
And then probably Ashley. I get to make fun of him sometimes.
Okay. Tell us an Ashley joke. What's something you make fun of him with?
The fact that he doesn't ever have any facial hair. You can never find him with facial hair.
Oh. Well, we'll have to look into that. Christian, what has Indian football meant to you?
It's just like a big old family, basically.
In what way?
Everybody, it's like a whole community in one. That's a unit, basically.
All right. So in a family, there's a dad and there's a granddad. Who's the dad of the family?
Guess you.
Okay, me. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Who is the granddaddy of the family?
Coach Simmons.
Oh man, wonderful! I'll make sure you got to make sure that he gets his plug. Okay, Coach Simmons is the official grandfather of the program. Top 3 favorite teammates.
Joseph Zetmeyer.
Okay, he's pretty popular. Okay,
he's a great guy.
Okay.
Butter too. I give it to him.
Butter is making
got
his
a
way.
little motor to him.
He's got a motor to him. Okay, that was unique. Okay.
And then Omari Wilson, because he's a great leader.
Oh,
he's a great leader.
Wonderful. Omari's gotten plenty of rides in your vehicle. Okay. Good. All right. So walking in the stadium on Friday, you know, obviously you'll have some family here. That ceremony. Talk about that. What will that moment mean to you?
It's gonna mean a lot due to only have my mom left. She's gonna be there, and she's gonna probably cry. I mean,
You'll cry
senior
too.
night.
Yeah, you may shed a tear. It's okay. All right. What about you, Christian?
It's gonna mean a lot because this might be my last game playing and folks in Swamp. Hopefully it's not, but my mom's gonna be there. My dad's walking me.
Kind of leads me into my last part. What anybody that you want to just give a special thanks to, shout out to?
Well, thank my mom for always being there and encouraging me to get through school whenever I didn't feel like doing it.
Okay.
Shout out my mother. So Paige Martin, she's always there. She pushes me to do everything. That's about it.
All right. Well, thank y'all, gentlemen. Get the next group of seniors to come on up. Got 2 favorites here.
Hey, Coach, real quick while we're changing out players, you know, the Maidens are headed to the playoffs Monday at Taylor County.
Yes, sir.
They pick up a win tonight over Toombs Christian, 7-1, so picking up a little momentum headed to the playoffs.
That's the way to start, getting ready to head into it. Good job, Maidens. Proud of you all. All right, got 2 favorites, and one I've called him my headache. This is Omari Wilson. And then, you know, one of the state's future leading funeral home directors.
No, sir.
Bennett Robertson. Thank you for joining us. Guys, how are y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, so same thing I asked those other guys. Did you ever think that this would be senior year football season, that it's here? How fast has it been, Bennett?
It's been really quick. You know, it's looking back freshman year at senior night, and then it's here, you know. It's like you got 3 more years, and then, bam, it comes up. So it's moved quick.
It came in a blink of an eye.
came in the blink of an eye. All right, so for you guys, what has Indian football meant to you, Bennett?
Kind of like what they said. It's just one big family. You know, just all the guys just come together and we rally around each other, and it's just one big family.
Okay, Omar.
It means a lot. We have a good team bonding and everything.
All right, I'm switching it up because I think when I first came, it was the first time we had maybe gotten back to doing preseason camp. What's your fondest memory of camp, either year?
Like lock-in and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Probably watching Rocky, the lock-in my junior year.
Just really quickly, what was the best thing about Rocky? What did I enjoy the most, at least?
What you enjoyed the most?
Mm-hmm. What happened before we watched the movie?
Oh, Coach Simmons got up there and told us a story.
Gave you a synopsis of the entire movie, and it happened just the way he said it.
Mm-hmm.
If you had never seen any Rocky movies, you at least were prepared for what you were about to see.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your favorite lock-in memory?
The movie nights.
Was it? Okay.
The movie watched, was it Remember the Titans?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy most about that movie?
That they all came together. Like, they didn't, at one point they was down, then they just believed in each other and then picked it up and became a whole.
Neither one of you said the Indian run this year?
No.
With the early morning lights? You didn't enjoy that?
I didn't do it.
No, that was.
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, it was different. It was pretty fun.
That's right, you had your little stomach. Hey, yeah, got you.
I ain't gonna speak on that.
Okay, I will if you want me to.
No.
All right. So, senior night, obviously you'll have family out there with you. How's that moment gonna feel to you guys, Omar?
It's going to be sad because it's my last time on the field as a player here.
The way he said, it's gonna be sad because we've worked so hard to get here, but then also it's gonna be time to look back and see, like, dang, look how much we've grown since freshman year.
Okay. All right. Anybody you guys want to give a shout out to?
I want to shout out my mama, my grandma, my auntie for bringing me this far, keeping me up from the bad days and the good days.
I would just like to shout out my mama, my stepdad, and my dad, just for developing me into who I am.
One of the things I want to ask you, and this is the last time, I promise not to put you on the spot, if you had to give, and one of the things I always say with Bennett is you actually coach rec sports here, and just like I would thank anybody else that's a public servant, thank you for doing that, because those little eyes are watching you, aren't they? If you had to give a message to not just your teammates that are underclassmen, but anybody, if you had to give them a message on persevering in adversity, what would you say? Something quick.
Just push through it, and then if you're not the one making plays, get behind the guys that are, because that's how a team comes together. It's just by getting behind everybody that's doing well and pushing them forward, and then at the same time they're going to push you forward. So just stick behind everybody.
Okay, what you got, Omar?
Never give up.
All right. Thank y'all, man. That was beautiful. All right, next group. Take that off. What you over there showing here? I want to see too. Oh. All right, the second half of that, you want that because it keeps falling. The second half of the dynamic future state leading funeral home directors.
Oh, Lord.
We got old Payne Robertson, Bennett's brother.
Yes, sir.
And Trevor Cobb. Men, how are you all doing tonight?
Good. Pretty good.
All right. Talk to us. This is senior year. It's finally here. How has it felt? How fast or slow has it been? What are you guys feeling right now?
It's been going by fast. I've been having a fun time.
Yeah. It started slow and then it came in quick.
Okay. All right. Talk to us about football here, being a Charlton County Indian. What is that meant to you? You both. What is that? What is it when you said I've been a part of this? It's changed my life in this way, or what has that added to your life? Talk to me. What it's been like being an Indian football player, Payne.
It's definitely been a huge impact. Just coming out here and doing. I'm at a loss of words. But just exceeding all the expectations, or try my best to.
Okay. Trevor?
Growing up, my brothers and my cousins all played football here, and I was a water boy. I was just ready to come to high school and play with them.
Okay. All right. So I asked these other guys about the Indian lock-in. It's been something the last couple of years. It's going to be tradition here. The old players were really, really receptive to bringing it back, and we're excited. And obviously, we're under some different limitations. I can't practice y'all 3 times a day. But what was your favorite, or what has been your favorite memory of the Indian lock-in thing?
Probably the run to the courthouse.
All right.
Me too.
Why and what way?
Just pushing your teammates to help them get better.
Like building a bond.
Good. So you step out on the field Friday before the game. It's senior night. Everybody will be there to see you. Your families will be there. What will that moment mean to you guys?
It's gonna be a big moment. Just watching all my family, or not watching all my family, but my family just watching me.
It's gonna be big and probably a little emotional too.
All right. So, anybody that you guys want to shout out, anybody that's been, especially important, you just want to pay a word of gratitude to?
My stepdad, Mr. David. Huge thank you to him for just pushing me to be my best, and my mom, my dad. Yeah, that's all.
Shout out to my papa and my little brother.
Painter, you're not going to thank your sister. Neither one of you did. She's going to have both of you.
Yeah, she'll get a thank you too.
Okay, all right. I didn't want her to be upset later on. So, thank you guys. We'll take a break, and then we'll be back with a few more guys.
All right, we'll be back right after this. You're watching the Coach Jones Show Senior Night when we come back. Incredible years of comfort, quality, and community. Looking for the perfect outfit, gift, or accessory? Come experience The Crossings, a locally owned boutique that's been serving the heart of our community for 21 years. From timeless classics to the latest trends, you'll find hand-picked styles and one-of-a-kind treasures that make every visit special.
Hey Indians fans, are you looking for a better banking experience? At Georgia's Own Credit Union, our goal is to save you money. We'll help you level up your game with better rates, lower fees, and easy access to your funds. With 29 branches and a network of over 30,000 ATMs, we're never far away. Best of all, we support the people, places, and teams that make Georgia great. Stop by our local office at 3773 2nd Street South in Folkston. To learn more about Georgia's Own, visit georgiasown.org. Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
Allen Aldridge Insurance, located in Kingsland, Georgia, is proud to serve the communities of Charlton and Camden counties, offering life, home, car, and business insurance. Welcome back to the Coach Jones Show, Coach.
I'm just having a ball. I'm loving life, man. Got my seniors up here, making all kind of memories. But here with us is Brandon Woolard and Ashley Rowan. Guys, how are you all?
Good, Coach.
I'm pretty good.
Did you ever think when you were just growing up and then when you started high school that this moment would be here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
How does this feel, being a senior football player, getting ready to play on senior night against one of our region rivals, and how does this moment feel to you guys?
It feels crazy. It came by so fast. Like, I could just remember being a freshman, just sitting on the sideline, just watching the older guys go and just learning from them until.
Yeah, but this is surprising.
Can I tell you what my favorite memory is of you?
What is it?
So you remember we were talking, and I was like, Ashley, just here's my vision for you. Ashley was not with us last year. Talking to Ashley, I said, dude, I think you can come out and be a pretty good punter. And you kind of looked at me like. And my favorite memory of him is we get in spring ball and we're doing a bunch of contact stuff, and I look and there's Ashley in the middle while we're still running track, in the middle of all of it, mixing it up, and I'm like, yeah, like this dude might can play something other than punter. But I was just so appreciative of you at least just giving it a try, and you've turned into a really, really good punter. So I appreciate it. I know you went to a camp this summer, so just ecstatic about you. And then what do we say about this guy? I probably, we could be here all night. I've got story after story of each, not all good stuff, nothing bad, but I'm definitely appreciative of Brandon. I mean, when I got here, I was like, everybody calls him Speedy B. I want to see him. Then I saw him run on the track for the first time. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good. But just, I'm so appreciative, of you for working hard the way you did through, track and then spring and then summer and then now. So extremely proud of both of you guys. What is being a Charlton County Indian football player mean to both of you, Brandon?
It means a lot. Like, even with the little kids, they look up to us and they, I always want to talk to us. They want to be like us and stuff, and it does something to my heart. Like, even when they speak to me, they ask me if they could wear some of my stuff that I have on and stuff.
Ashley?
It feels pretty good being with a group of guys that you can trust.
Good. So, Brandon, I'm going to say this. You talked about the impact with the little kids. Monday, you got to be a little kid, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about what happened Monday.
Well, we went out there. I wasn't really expecting to, do what I did, but it was just pictures, and then that's when we, realized we had a rec game, and I was like, well, we might just have a little fun with this. So we went out there, talked to the little kids, and messed around with them. We told them that we was going to play with them and stuff. During the coin toss, it was funny because the opposite team, we were shaking their hands, and the look that the little kids would give to us, it was unspoken of, and we was like, y'all ready to play? Y'all ready to play? And they was like, just shaking their head, wasn't ready. And then after that, we ran through with them, and it was just funny. It was just funny and just fun, just watching the little kids run out, just enjoy the moment they had with us. And that's it.
Monday was also a pretty good day. We had fall break and we practiced in the morning. Talk to us about lunch on Monday. That was a pretty big moment, wasn't it? What did we have for lunch on Monday? Come on, your mom's going to be so upset.
Oh, yeah,
God.
yeah. We had the Friendly Express gave us lunch. They provided pizza for us. It was really good.
Okay, good,
Really happy
good.
about that.
So we were definitely appreciative of them and your dad and everybody for setting that up. So, so we talked about that. Talk to us about, obviously this was your second Indian lock-in. This was your first favorite moment from either one, Brandon.
My favorite moment will probably be the morning jog that we did to the courthouse from the school.
What time was that, by the way? When you say morning, how early? I know y'all didn't have your cell phones. I can tell you, it probably seemed like
probably around 4.
It was 4:30.
4?
Yeah, it was 4:30.
Good guess. And then but my favorite memory about it was just watching our teammates pick each other up, telling us to keep going and stuff. Then when we got to the courthouse, we did our what we call it? Oh,
we did a bunch of stuff at the courthouse.
The RT jumping jacks. Everybody just kept going up. Different people led it, and then on the way back, it was just really mental. Just keep going, don't stop. Nobody get left behind, but we did end up having a mistake when we got back to the field.
Ashley?
That's probably my favorite moment too. I was thinking about that, and also just hanging out with everybody, in between events.
Yeah, it's pretty different when you don't have access to your cell phone. You got to actually talk to each other. So definitely appreciative of you guys that you guys enjoy the movie. I know Amari reference we watched Remember the Titans. Had y'all seen that beforehand?
Yes,
You hadn't? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Keep it in your back pocket. So definitely a go-to for sports. All right. So senior night is Friday. You'll have your family, your friends will be there. What will that moment specifically mean for both of you guys, Ashley?
Just special. Just glad that they're be able to be out there support me.
It's going to be special and emotional because it's my last senior night, and just
you got to do something, and if it makes you feel some kind of way, I know you got to do something really special last week before the game. Talk to us about that. Before the game, the pregame recognition.
I took the place as my dad for the 04-05 state champions, and I had to recognize him for my first touchdown. I had to make sure he knew that first one was for him.
So you had a lot to go around Friday. So I know it was a special moment. Never forget it. That was awesome to see. I want to come over and hug you so bad, but that was your moment to did what you needed. So I'm so happy that you had to have it. And then Ashley did something pretty special, last week. I know it was a loss, but talk to us about, God, you hit a boomer, didn't you?
Yes, sir. It's a 62-yarder, tied third for the school record.
I don't know that after you kicked that ball that I could have peeled that smile off your face. You ran off, everybody's high-fiving you. Ashley's like, and I'm Ashley, come here. I was like, good job, dude. And that smile was just stuck on your face. So anybody you guys want to give a shout-out to? Or
I want to give a shout-out to my family, especially my mama, even though, away games, no matter how long or far they are, she always going to be there during good/bad times of the games. And I want to give a shout-out to the rest of my family, too. Even though some of them couldn't make it to the game, they always find a way to listen or watch the game to see how it goes.
Ashley?
Shout out to my family, my mom, dad, grandparents, aunt and uncle, just being able to come and support me.
Don't forget your brother.
Oh, yeah, my brother.
Okay. All right, good deal. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all. I'll bring the old next round of folks in. Obviously, you have to put that on. All right, good evening. Got he wants to get silly as soon as he puts that. Don't let your laugh out. I know you. You got one stuck right there. You might as well let it on out. And your little buddy too. These two are like freaking frack. They are just like the best of buddies right here. Trey Jones and Jordan Hamilton. Man, how are we doing tonight? You're gonna have to come up some, Jordan, and as a matter of fact, go ahead and hold this because I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear anything you said. How are you, Jordan?
I'm doing good.
Good. So, Jordan, this is your 4th year, yes, and then Trey, your 2nd year in the program. What is Indian football meant to both of you guys?
It's like having another family.
Like what you said, have another family.
All right. In what way is it a family to you, Jordan?
Making new friends, and then you getting close to them, and they're going to be like close, like brothers for.
Okay. All right. So, Trey, your senior year is here, senior year of football. Did you ever think this moment would be here? How fast did this moment come to you, or how slow did it come? Talk to me about that.
I didn't know it was going to come this fast. Growing up, I know everybody telling me you better, enjoy it because it's going to come fast.
Jordan?
Yeah, my year went fast. Ever since I got in 9th grade, it started going by fast, and next thing you know, I'm a senior, and I was like, it's crazy how fast my years going by. 'Cause I remember I was just in kindergarten, now I'm just a senior.
You remember kindergarten? Who was your kindergarten teacher? My kindergarten, I hadn't been in kindergarten in 33 years, okay? My kindergarten teacher's name was Miss Aker. I'll never forget her. So if I can remember that, who's your kindergarten teacher?
Her name was Miss Whitley.
Oh, okay. How did you like Miss Whitley? What did you enjoy most about kindergarten, Jordan?
Sleep time.
Do you still enjoy sleep time?
Yes, I do.
You learned that at a good age, didn't you? Okay. All right. So, favorite moment of the Indian lock-in from either year, Jordan?
Probably, I would say like that. When we were running that 2 mile, it was funny.
You enjoyed that?
I enjoyed it.
Okay. What did you enjoy about it?
It was kind of funny, and we were just talking. And it just went, when we were running, it went by fast. I was expecting it to be long, but it was fast, and we were just talking it up, laughing, no beef and none of that.
Okay, Trey.
You ask it again.
I will not.
Well, Indian.
So that means you did hear me then. There's a God.
Favorite moments of Indian lock-in, I'll say, really. We don't have our electronics, so that really made us, come together, talk, have a conversation, get us to know other teammates, and learn more about them.
Okay, all right. I didn't ask this to the other few. Obviously, I know you all are besties. Okay. Who are your top 3 favorite teammates, excluding Trey and Brandon? Knew that was coming in.
My top 3: Tim, Jay-Z, and Ty.
Jay-Z for the win. Trey?
I'll say Jay-Z, Omari, Khalil.
Okay. All right. Glad to be having him on last. Me and him got some beef we got to take care of on camera. All right. So, senior night, Friday night, you'll have family and friends there to watch and support you guys. What will that moment mean to you, Jordan?
I'll be kind of in my feelings for a little bit. Because when we get on that field and they call my name for senior night, and probably going to make me feel some type of way.
Okay. All right. Trey?
It's going to be emotional. Being a senior and senior night, they call your name, everybody clapping. It's going to be emotional.
All right. Anybody you guys want to pay a word of gratitude? Just say thank you to.
To my mom, my dad, and the rest of the family that had my back my whole life.
Okay.
I want to say thank you to God, my family, auntie, uncle, grandma, mom, granddad.
Okay. All right. Well, looking forward to seeing you guys compete. And thank y'all for everything you do. So I got one more group coming on up. And I got a special guest going to help me finish the show off. He can't wait. Let this special character sit right next to me. Special place in my heart. Our last group of seniors that we have seems to be the most popular guy tonight. Every one of these guys has said you're one of their favorite teammates. So Joseph Zetmeyer and the man behind all of this hair right here. This is Khalil Smith. Man, how are you all?
Pretty good. How are you?
Sit up, Khalil. Khalil, I don't think we hot. You tell the people out there in TV land how you doing.
I'm good.
Okay, good, good. All right, senior year is here. Senior night is here. What does this moment mean to you?
This moment it's a sad moment and like a good moment I can share with my mom.
Okay.
It's almost a remembrance to what's happened since 6th grade when I started playing football, just running through everything. And I wouldn't say it's a sad moment, but it's got a happy moment.
Okay, good. Well, what is this program, this football program? Obviously, you've been in it 4 years now, and Khalil, you've been in it too. What is this moment meant? I mean, what is this football program rather meant to both of you individually?
To me, it's like a big family to me. I got a lot of people I can trust around here, and I'm just grateful for the people I met here.
Like Khalil said, it's like a second family. I've met some of my best friends here. I talk to guys who graduated still. 3 years ago when I was a freshman, I still talk to them, and just friends for life.
Good. Both of you have gone through 2 years of the Indian lock-in. What has that been? What was that like for you?
I enjoy the early mornings and late practices and the movies for me.
Okay. What was it like for Joseph? What was it like being cut off from the world? And first of all, for everybody to know, how do I cut you off from the world?
Took electronics.
Okay, all right. Even this little Apple Watch. I'm gonna tell you, if one person's gonna get me every time with these electronics, it's my man. He's got his Apple Watch on. I hardly ever see it. But what was that like not having your cell phone, your electronics?
It really just be the first day, like when everybody getting settled in, we just be sitting there and nothing to do. You want to use your phone, but that's really the only day that's really like you really want your phone for. Other days you be distracted by other, like you really want to sleep because you be so tired of working. But other than the first day, you don't really care about the phone.
Okay, Joseph.
The lock-in was something. You really ain't got a describing feature for it. It was something. And I kind of enjoyed not having my phone. Took some stress away. Not always reaching for it. Always on. Got to spend time with friends.
Good. All right. All right, so we talked about this being like family, and obviously everybody's mentioned how emotional. I can remember. I'm saving this for this last. I can still remember my senior night. It was a game that rained, and I'll never forget watching my dad coach. So I never forget watching him and my mom walk up. I'm almost sure that I lost it. Just you had been through so many practices and all that kind of stuff. And so what will that moment mean for you before the game? Your family is there, your friends are there to support you. What will that moment specifically mean to you, Joseph?
Yeah, it'll mean a lot to me. It's almost like the end to a journey. I mean, the practices, the early mornings, the late nights. I mean, to me, it's not as much sad as just a show of the work you put in.
That's a beautiful way of describing it, Khalil.
For me, like he said, like a end to a journey. It's like one day you'll always remember. That it'll always stick with me. And then, like I said before, like another moment I get to share with my mom.
So 2 things before we get to who you guys want to shout out or give gratitude to. One, Joseph has been probably the most positive person I've met. He's always asking Coach, how you doing? How's your day going? He's always speaking. Even when he asks to go to the bathroom, he's like super happy, like, Coach, can I go to the bathroom? And I'm like, how could you not, love? So Joseph, I thank you so much, because obviously that's who you are as a person. I'm so proud that I've had the opportunity to coach you. You will be up on my all-time list just because you're an awesome dude. This other guy on the hand, Khalil. Tell everybody out there, Khalil is from Miami originally, has family here. So Khalil moved to us right as I was coming in, right? I think we might have been here the same semester or maybe a little bit after me. But, I'm from Jacksonville. He's from Miami. A couple of teams that we both love have kind of crossed paths, and Khalil likes to hold stuff over my head. So, practices are usually pretty fun, aren't they, Khalil? Because you never let me live it down, and I never let you live down. So if Khalil drops the ball at practice, who's the first one there to help support you, Khalil?
That's not support, but you.
What?
It's not support.
Okay, well, I'm there to support you. That is love. Not all love looks and feels good. But I want to let you know, Khalil is one of the most humble. And when I say appreciative, I think everybody shows appreciation in different ways. But Khalil came to me this off season, wanted to know, could he get the ball, or could he do this or that? How could he improve himself? And this is why you coach. This is why you love kids. So, in front of everybody, in front of the world out there, Khalil, I want you to know I love you. There may come a time here in December where for just one night we gotta be on opposite. Well, not got to. We gonna be on opposite sides, okay? But I'm gonna still love you through everything. I have so much fun because when you're together so much with these young men, like they say, it becomes family. But I have to, especially in the role that I sit in, make sure that I'm in tune to them as people and how they're doing outside. And so appreciate both of you guys for being awesome young men, and you're great role models. And I'm looking forward to shaking your hand, giving you a hug before the game. I know it'll, like you said, everybody's got their different emotions that they go through. But thank you both for being excellent young men. And that more than anything, more than any talent or skill set, is what's going to take you guys ahead in life. And then Khalil, before graduation, I'm going to get you to cut some of that off so we can see your face. Love y'all, man.
Love you too, Coach.
Take a break.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the final segment of the Coach Jones Show after this. Andy Gowan today for your insurance needs. Phone 912-729-7600 for more information. Protecting you is what we do. Gowan Aldridge Insurance is a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network.
Your next adventure starts here.
At Walker Jones GMC.
Summertime. The kids are out of school and into everything. Family vacations and outings, fishing and swimming. And let's not forget it's also the busy season at work. Good thing summer is the season of savings at Walker Jones GMC. Big savings on used cars, too.
We got it all. Why shop anywhere else?
GMC, we are professional grade. Walker Jones GMC, Memorial Drive in Waycross, and online at walkerjonesgmc.com. Supply to fails at 7/31/25.
For nearly 20 years, Georgia's electric membership cooperatives have made Friday night football electrifying.
Put that on.
Welcome back to the Coach Jones Show. Here's your host, Coach Jones.
Hey, so Adam, I know this is senior night. Want to close this out. Meant to have some of our other players of the week from last week on, but a couple of them had some prior obligations, and so I've got our defensive player of the game is going to help me close this out. Old Butter, how you doing, Butter? This is Jordan Robinson. We all affectionately call him Butter. So, Jordan, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. So, Jordan, end of the show here. One of the things that I want you as an underclassman to do is what has your experience been like with these specific seniors? I know you sat in here and you listened to all the seniors talk. What has your experience been like with this senior class?
This senior class, I would say it's most definitely more love than the last senior class. They caring. You know them more because you spend more time with them. It's more of a brotherhood between them than it was for me last year. Because, growing up in middle school, it was like seniors going to be scary, da-da-da-da. Nah, these guys like brothers to me, and I respect them a lot. That's why I try my hardest every day on Friday to make sure that their last one goes out good.
Okay. A lot on the line this Friday night. I know we're previewing Irwin County. We've got a lot of respect for their program. Obviously, we went over there. That was you basically started as a freshman, and so that night did not end the way that we wanted. I know I've stressed that to you guys this week. Their team kind of in limbo, but they're still Irwin County. They've got great tradition. What's this week of preparation been like, for you and the guys that you've seen it from a player's point of view?
It's been very technical, it's a lot on the line. We win this game, we get a spot in the playoffs. So we got to go out there and play hard. We got to keep our foot on the gas the whole time. Can't underestimate anybody.
Buddy, I lost my train of thought. That was beautifully put, man. You may have a future in this.
Yes, sir.
Have you enjoyed this thus far?
Yes, sir.
Did you run this through your head how you thought that this would go?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, I will tell you, one of the questions that I've asked of guys, through the weeks, anytime you lose a game, it's not a great feeling, right? It's something that sticks with you. How do you think our team has handled this adversity, these last, 4 weeks? From a player's point of view, and I want you to be as honest can be. Don't sugarcoat anything. How do you think we've handled this, these 4 times that we've gone out and not been successful?
Well, to be honest, it's been a lot of hanging their heads, just a whole lot of down. But, you got some players that are trying to keep everybody up. And then you got some players that just not in the mood. They are very upset at the loss. They just not in a good mood, bringing down the other teammates. But from a standpoint, I've seen players like late night texting up, showing what we need to fix, not like all the stuff we need to do to get better. Like from the losses, they're not discouraged. They're just trying to make sure that it won't happen again.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Kind of the last thing for you before I kind of close it out. What has this season meant for you? I know you played a whole, ton last year. You felt like that's kind of helped you going in this year, like things have kind of slowed down for you. What has this season been like for you?
Last year, it was really it was a lot as a freshman, but I think it helped me this year a lot because now I know what to expect. I got more experience on the field, and this year I feel like I can play more fast and confident and do more for the team now that I have more experience being on the field.
One of the things I'll say about him, as I let him go, was driving out of here just the other day. There was another player that asked, just wanted some help, and not without having to say his name or whatever, but just wanted some extra help. And And, it could have come to a coach and asked, but he came and asked him. And on my way out, I had to tell both of you guys that it was getting late. It was time to go home. So I appreciate you, for being a good teammate. One thing I can honestly say is Butter is always encouraging his teammates. He is always, saying something uplifting, and, he'd be the first one if he's done something wrong to hold himself accountable, and so I appreciate that. Those are awesome leadership traits. I'm glad that you feel like this senior class is a brotherhood, and where things can kind of be stigmatized as seniors are scared or whatever. I'm glad that these guys have made that kind of impression on you. So thank you for helping me close this thing out.
Yes, sir.
See you, man.
See you, Coach.
All right, good. All right, Adam. We are.
All right, Coach, that's an excellent senior class you got there this year, man.
Yeah. I'm proud of them. I tell you, when you look at all of them, and not just the Friday nights, but there's a lot of good and a lot of kids, and even the ones that have had to battle and overcome something, they've got something that they can hang their hat on. That says, hey, I've been through this. And one of the things we're stressing all of the time in our program, things don't happen just by sheer happenstance in life. Everything happens for a reason, and whether it's good or bad, you've got to have a plan for how you're going to handle it. And so it's so easy to sit up here, when everything's going right and you're winning. And I think every team, I go back and look at it, every team that's been successful, especially in our classification, the Lincoln counties, that year in and year out they've been good, and Clinch has been good, and how's that thing kind of evolving, and everything centers around the players. And when you're coming into something like I think we came into last year, when you're trying to rebuild focus, this is why, when I look at, guys like Brandon Willard and Joseph Zetmeyer and Omari and Trevin and Khalil and Trey, who kind of started this thing together, Jason, whose role has increased this year, and Ashley, who's brand new, Jordan Hamilton, and God, I don't want to forget any one of their names, because all of them, man, there's a story behind each and every one of them, and it's one that I'm proud to tell, because I know when we first started, even this year, that there has been a journey we've had to go on. Do I wish I could go back in a specific few games and put this piece here and put that piece there? Of course I do. That's the side of coaching, that fire that still burns within inside of me. But I'm also thankful at the end of it, because I do feel like God is teaching you a message. I've been guilty of wanting to win at the expense of, I want that feeling, I need that feeling. But the thing that I take out of a loss is, do you really think that you did enough, or that you got in the midst? Because here's the thing, you can preach and preach and preach, but are your kids getting it? Are they retaining it? We talked about Coach Mack earlier. Every one of those guys that I talked to through the tailgate and before the game and after the game, that had played here and played for that man, still could recite things as if he were just saying it. And that is something, I don't care whether you like somebody or don't, it's something you got to respect. Now, I study in the offseason, I study coaches. What made, in my viewpoint, what made, Coach Bear Bryant, Coach Nick Saban, Coach Pat Summitt, Coach K, just all of the many coaches who've been successful head football coaches, what made them successful is the impact that they had on their players. And then there are probably millions of other ones who did not win on that level, but they were responsible for a guy being a future doctor or lawyer or great husband, great father, just because of the impact that they made. And so it doesn't always feel like the kids are listening, that they can hear you, but they're listening. You can hear it when they're talking. And so I get emotional, just watching them speak now, because I'm looking at them through the lens of, in the next 5 to 10 years, I hope this young man continues to grow and continues to get better. So senior night means a lot to me as a coach. It meant a lot to me, as a player, when I was fighting for the senior class and making sure that their experience was the best that it could be and they went out on top. Then when I was a senior, and then now that I've been coaching every year, you get a new senior class. And so, you want the best for the guys, even if you don't always feel like they want the best for themselves. There's a positive story that can be told if they turn their life around, and if you've had anything to do with that, it means something to you. So
Friday night, Irwin County comes to town, kickoff 7:30.
Yeah,
Senior
kickoff.
ceremony, pregame or halftime?
It's planned for pregame as of now, but one thing that I will tell everybody about Friday night is come with your rain gear on, because it's probably going to be a wet one. Hoping that it'll stop, maybe right before game time or a little bit into game time, but I would plan on getting drenched on Friday. It's just the way the weather's looking, and it could turn. We've been very fortunate this season with weather, and so excited about getting an opportunity to go back, especially after our heartbreaker last week. Our kids are definitely up for the challenge. We are ready to get to the open week where we can heal up a little bit before these last two games, and then everybody that's fortunate enough to make the playoffs gets another bye week, because as long as you hadn't had a game that has to be rescheduled, the playoffs start the second week in November. So definitely looking forward to having the opportunity to take care of business on Friday, and then get ourselves in, and then improve in on our seating through the rest of the thing. I know I always tell you this, but I'm appreciative for you. I think you ask me every week, what platform is the best for high school football, and it's this one. I mean, our kids get to come on and sell our program. Yeah, and it's such a invaluable thing, and it's something that I know years from now, in the age of technology, our kids can sit down hopefully one day and show their kids, hey, this was when Daddy was in high school, or if they're having a down moment in their life, they can click right on YouTube and go find a game that maybe they did something in, and it's just and having this, and I say not everywhere, the majority of places don't have anything like this. So we're very fortunate. I'm appreciative of you. Like I always say every week, thankful for our cheerleaders, our band of pride, our admin, our faculty, and our staff, everyone that makes this place what it is. And then for me personally, my family, I had an opportunity this past week. We're celebrating our 20th class reunion. And so I had an opportunity to be with my classmates. So as I'm sitting here listening to these young men talk about their senior years, I'm celebrating my 20th one this year. And so I had an opportunity to spend the weekend with, talk about these guys being besties, but my best friends and my classmates, and just, not necessarily feeling like you were in high school again, but just reliving the times that have made me who I am. And Saturday was a really special day. It was the rivalry game between my high school and the school right around the corner. They don't even have a name to me. But it was just a really fun moment. So, heartbreaking game on Friday, and turned around and was able to enjoy some family and friends. But, my wife, Terry's my rock, my daughter, Taylor, my mom, my dad, my older brother, CJ, and then all of my family, man. I got an opportunity to talk to my cousin, who's the head coach at Kaiser University, this morning. And just, I am so blessed. I say that every week, and I hope, people don't, I just am. I thought, one of the messages at church was, I got to be openly thankful for the things that I've been blessed with. I'm blessed to coach these young men, but I'm equally as blessed, for, my wife and my daughter, my mom, my dad, my brother, my Homer Simpson crew, just my folks, man. Just really, really thankful. And so I'm looking forward to having a big night on Friday. I want that so bad for our kids going into this open week. They've prepared really, really hard this week. So, we'll try to stay healthy on Friday. Yes, sir.
Can I ask you one real quick question? GHSA came up with a vote, I believe it was today, going strictly to power rankings with the exception of region champions. Will that apply this year, or is that for 26?
It'll be for 26.
That'll be for 20,
Yeah,
okay.
this year is still on region standings. And so one of the things, if anybody subscribes to the High School Football Daily, is they did a mock-up of where everybody would have played last year based on the formula that they're going to use for next year. It was interesting. We wouldn't have played Lincoln County the first round. It had us playing Tryon the first round. We still would have traveled, but it would have been, the bracket would have looked completely different than what it looks now. And I will be honest with you, at least from my viewpoint, I like this format, this model better. I think it gets, when you're a fan of the playoffs, you're a fan of great competition each and every week. And I think that this gets the 32 best playing, schools in the tournament. And then from there, I always say this, it's easy to sit back and say this team's kind of primed. And more times than not, that's true. You got a team that's, been red hot through the season. But I can't tell you the number of times in the last 10 years in all classifications that I've seen an undefeated team go up against a team that's 5-5 and they get beat because they're just off that night. That's the beautiful thing about the playoffs. You can't have an off night or your season's over with, and it doesn't matter. The playoffs don't care if you're 10-0 or if you've only won 1 or 2 games. If you're on that night, you're moving on. If you're off, you're packing it up. So I think for me, knowing as many playoff games as I've been in from youth on up through college and then as a coach, I've seen to where teams weren't built for the moment and just has a certain level of excitement for me that our kids have been through and been battle tested. Again, I really, 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 really hope that in those games that were really, really close that we could go move a piece of the puzzle here or there. But it's the thing about going through adversity. You've got to have a plan for how you're going to come out of it. And I think Jordan's description of that, it's just tell the truth, man. You after a loss, you're not going to be feeling good. You're not going to want to, be upbeat about it. You're going to wish, but what can you do about it? All you can do is go put your nose to the ground and you got to go work. And so our kids have worked. That's why I'm really excited about this week. Hadn't had to get their attention. It's been fall break, so our kids have been out of school Monday through Wednesday. Right. We've practiced in the morning yesterday and Monday. Today we were practicing in the afternoon because we all were back at work, and so handled it well. So, again, looking forward to Friday.
So what they'll be doing, they'll be seeding the region champions all first, and then they'll revert to power rankings after that.
Yeah, so it looks like the region champion spots 1 through 16,
right.
8 of those spots will be reserved for the region champion. 17 through 32 will be the best of the rest. So essentially the easiest way that I've been describing it to people, yes, you'll have 1 through 16. The region champions are not guaranteed to be 1 through 8. Being a region champion just means that you're automatically in. So you could have won, looking at all the regions, you could have won 2 region games and been involved in a 3-way tie, but you ended up winning the tiebreaker. You're the region champion. You're going to be spot 1 through 16. Now, based on your formula, you're probably seat number 16, but you're at least in. So the way I've been describing it is you've got the 8 region champions, okay, and then you've got the 24 other best teams. That's really the way to describe it. So it's going to be interesting, but I do think that it gets you, each. So what it will look like essentially, where every region's guaranteed 4 spots. Well, I think everyone looks around the state and says in each classification, this region's the weakest region out of all 8 of them in the classification, and they probably say you can based on this schedule, you can probably look at their schedule and say, okay, they're not going to get 4 in, they're probably only going to get 2 in, or they may only get 1 in. And a region that like ours that's traditionally been really, really good, instead of 4 teams, you may see a region get 5 teams in, maybe 6. And it's just, again, it's going to come down to the numbers, but I think it gets, again, the best. It gets the 8 region champions and then the best 24 teams that are left into the playoffs.
I know we're running long, but that brings up one more question while I have you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
The border teams for Georgia, will that mean with the power rankings they'll schedule less Florida? to keep the points in the power rankings for
Yeah,
Georgia?
so I've got to look at the formula. I'll be honest, other than reading about it, I had not looked to the degree where I would have felt comfortable answering that for you. So the only expertise I would have in this is Florida kind of has something similar to this, or at least had it when I was a head coach in Florida. If it's not going to benefit you, other than the winning formula, if it's not going to benefit you to play a team out of state, I think you may see more teams stay in state, because I think one of the things that's hardest for the algorithm that's used, or the equation that's used, is that how do you measure a win against a team from Orlando versus a team that's an hour away from you that's in state? And I think to that degree, I don't know that there's a perfect way to include an out-of-state win, because it's not necessarily comparable, competition. But if I'm playing teams that are single A in the state of Georgia versus playing, like we've got an opponent, we got Yulee that's from across the border, that's a 3A school that's in our classification, they would be a 4A school based on their numbers. I don't know that really benefits you. But if we decided to play a 4A school in Georgia, obviously that does benefit you, because that holds a little bit more weight in the equation. So I'm definitely going to read up on it more, because we're actually in the process of scheduling. Hopefully by the end of the regular season, and I say the end of the regular season, the GHSA still has to set the regions, and then all of the hardship appeals for people that want to play up or play down still have to happen. But I think for us in single A, we will know pretty quick who's in your region, and obviously you schedule those region games first. ATCO's coming back in, so that will add a game. So I know right now, as long as Brooks and Irwin stay in, we will need one less region game. So where we've got 5 region games right now, I know that we have 6 next year, so we won't need 5 non-region games. We're only going to need 4. Now, if Brooks is out and Irwin is out, it starts to become tricky, because now I've got to add 2 more games. So it really just, a perfect schedule for me. I would love to play some of the teams from across the state, and one of our opponents will be a team from another region in single A. I just think that gets you, what gets you playing up in competition obviously shows you probably a different level, like for us with Toombs. We play the best team in the state of Georgia in Class A Division II. We won't play a team as stacked as Toombs County was. It's just that they're just a really, really talented football team. So I've said all that to say, I think that the best way to prepare your team is to, as long as you can do it within your travel, radius that you set, playing a team from North Georgia, playing a team from, Southwest Georgia, playing a team from Middle Georgia, that's all within your classification. It gives you an assortment of people, and it gives you a really good resume as far as the numbers that you're putting into your equation to get your number at the end. So I'm excited about it. I'm ready for them to set the region so we can set the schedule for next year, for the next 2 years actually.
It's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out.
A lot of moving and shaking still left to do, and all in the midst of the season.
That's your headache and not mine.
Oh man, it's not a headache. It'll be fine.
Hey, anything else you have before we sign out, Coach?
No, again, looking forward to as many people that'll come Friday. I know it'll be wet, but our seniors are looking forward to having you there. Our team's looking forward to having you there. Got a good opponent coming in, so just looking forward to a good night for the Indians. The Charlton County Indians. We're playing the Irwin County Indians this week.
All right. Well, we'll see you Friday night, Coach, and I appreciate your time as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go Try.
Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you Friday night live from the Swamp. Kickoff at 7:30.